Alright guys, so does anyone remember when I tried inventing a card game back in 2019 and then re-uploaded it onto this channel in 2020? Well, I never really explained the rules, or at least I tried to, but I think with the help of that video, which I'm going to put in the description, and the rules, which I am going to read to you, could help, hopefully. I just want other people to be able to play this game, and it'd be so cool. Maybe I'll make a video where I actually play the game with someone. That, just gonna have to wait for that. I got the rules right here. There's a few bonus rules on the back. I might make a separate video on that. Alright. Oh, and I finally came up with an official name for the game. General's Deck. Because it's like war. Except this is more like war than the game war. Anyway, here we go. Rule number 1. Turn order is determined by players. Yeah, because in games like Monopoly, there's actually a specific rule on who goes first and then who goes after that. Which I found to be very stupid, so I made a rule where you guys decide. Rule number 2. Must have an even number of players. Well, yes, because rule number 3 will explain. Rule number 3. Everyone gets half a deck of cards, 26 or 27. Face down in front of them. May need multiple decks. Yeah, because you'll have leftover cards if you played with 5 people or 3 people. But if you have like 2, 4, 6, 8, you can literally go as many as you want, just as long as it's an even number. You can go up to like 100, but you need like 50 decks of cards. So good luck with that. Rule number 4. Pick a card on turn to reveal and use it on your enemies. Say who to go against before picking card. Yeah, I kind of feel like that'd be better, because if you pick the card and then you choose, it's like, it seems a bit like cheating to me, so I made that part of the rule. And now I'm going to explain what the cards do. Rule number 5. Each card is used differently. Number is strength value. Like ace is 1, king is 13, etc. Symbol is ability. Spades kill. Like enemy cards. Hearts revive. Like fallen cards. Diamonds buy. So you can take cards from others and put them with your army. And clubs spare. I'll explain that in the next rule. Oh, when killed, the cards go form a deck next to the used pile, which I'll explain in a bit, called the death deck. Rule number 6. Hearts, diamonds, and spades go in the middle to form a used pile, like an Uno. Yeah, like an Uno, when you use a card, it goes like right there in the middle. That's how it works. Oh, the cards cannot be used again. So, like, if you played Uno in the deck and you run out of cards, but you gotta draw some cards, people often just take the bottom and shuffle it up and stuff, so you can use that to continue the game. The bottom of the pile that's already been used. In this game, no, you can't do that. So the game will eventually end, no matter how you play. Rule number 7. Clubs are kept to determine winner if peace is made with all remaining players. Like, because in war, you either annihilate your enemies or make peace with them. Talking of peace can be done at any time. Most points from clubs, ace is worth 1 point and king is worth 13, etc. Would be the winner. Keep your clubs revealed but away from others. That's more like a tip, so that way, mix them up with your other cards that you have in front of you, your army that you haven't revealed yet. Don't want to mix them up, you know. Okay. Rule number 8. Last player with cards gets the win if peace is never made. Because, of course, in this game, you're out if you run out of cards. That's your army. How are you going to fight without any cards? And rule number 9. Socialize, strategize, and have fun. Because in this game, it's the only card game where you can talk with your opponents. Just like in real war, world leaders from different parts of the world that are having war are supposed to talk, you know? Just like in this. I should probably call it... Nah, General's deck is the best. Even though Generals usually don't talk to each other from enemies, but... Enemy decks. I mean, enemy Generals, but... You know what? I'm just going to read the bonus rules now. Bonus rule number 1. If you lose all cards, clubs go to last player to finish you. Because you remember, you get to keep your club cards. But if you run out of your army, well, they go to the last person that finished your army. Makes sense to me, because where else are they going to go? You're out of the game. So where else are they going to go? This obviously implies if you're not playing 2-player. Because if you play 2-player, obviously, you're going to win immediately if you've already, you know? Alright. Rule number 2. Ace cards are actually worth 11 instead of 1 if placed in the used pile right above another card of its symbol. Clubs are not included in this rule because you don't put the club cards in the used pile. Like for example, if on the top of the pile there's like a 5 of diamonds and you find the ace of diamonds and place it right over it, you get to place right over it and it'll be worth 11 instead of 1. The reason I added this was because in blackjack and other games, aces are worth 1 or 11 depending on, you know, the scenario. So I thought, why not? Rule number 3. Jokers. Jokers are optional for play, but if found, it goes in the used pile and wastes your turn. Can be... Wait. Sorry, this is something else. That's a different rule. Okay. But at least you get to start with 27 cards instead of 26. That's why I said earlier 26 or 27. Because half a deck would be 27 if you were to play with the jokers. Because then it'd be 54 per deck. So, yeah, that's the only good thing about it. But if you find it, imagine finding it when you're really running out of cards. And you lose your turn. You're like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? There's like 2 other people left in the game and they're going to probably gang up on me now. This game is going to be so fun when people start playing it. And the last rule that I want to mention is, in the case of a tie, the clubs can be used to break the tie the same as when making peace. As in, like, I just wanted to specify that your the amount of clubs you have, the cards, don't matter. It's their value that matters. Like, I can have, like, you can literally have, like, 4 cards. Like, the ace, the 2, the 3, and the 4. And that's, like, worth 10 points. And I can have the king, and that's it. And that's still more. That's 13 points. So I'd still be able to win. So I wanted to specify that you use them the same way in the tiebreaker. Oh, and also, one last thing. If you do make peace, and you count the clubs, and your points are the same as your opponent's, the 2 people both have the most, you don't continue fighting. The game's over. It just ends on a draw. You've already made peace. Treaties have already been signed. So you can't fight anymore. When you start a new game, it's like starting a new timeline. So that's how you're able to continue playing another game. So yeah, it really does end a tie if that's the case. Just saying that in case people decide to play the game incorrectly. And that's it. That's everything. If you want to see me practice the game by myself, look in the description. Have fun.